All right,
Well,
so
yeah.
my name's David. What's your name?
Reggie.
Reggie, so you and I kind of talked at length,
Yeah.
but how old are you, Reggie?
66.
66, and you're quite the martial artist, right? So you
Not
train.
anymore,
How long total do you think you trained martial arts for?
11 years.
11 years. All right, that's mastery level. So we talked about the external benefits of it. There is the self-defense, there's the fitness, yep, for sure. But you guys also raised a family. You had kids, right?
Right.
Did they train martial arts at all?
No.
So were you ever concerned about like their ability to, maybe bullying or defend themselves? Were you ever concerned about that?
They practice the art of, my daddy is, so they never really
I got a big cousin. He's gonna bust you up. They played that card.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
So they never had problem. And my oldest daughter did tell a big one once. I mean, guys that she dated were afraid because.
Well, that's smart.
Yeah, she said, my daddy went to prison because he killed one of the boyfriends that was treating me wrong. Not true.
Right. Well, they didn't know that. You don't want to roll the dice on that, though, right? You don't want to roll the dice and see if that's true. So, so you had 2 kids?
3.
3 kids.
2 girls
okay.
and a boy.
All right. So now, how about the boy? Like, what did the boy like? Did he said my dad he's used you as defense too?
No, he mostly all he was interested in was drumline.
Drumline? Okay.
Yeah, he's a drummer, fantastic snare drummer, and he teaches it now.
Right on.
So, nobody followed. As a
Okay.
matter of fact, I'm also a musician, and nobody followed that except him.
Except for your son.
Yeah.
Okay. So, for those who maybe are thinking about martial arts, or jiu-jitsu, what can we talk about the mental health aspect of it a little bit? Like how has that benefited your mental health and, like improved it at all?
When you know that you can take somebody else down and lord over them or whatever, then you don't do it. Because, I mean, you know you can do it, and instead of feeling like, oh yeah, I'm bad and I can take him down, I can do this, you're more like, I mean, I could do this, but let me just get away from it. It's not worth it.
Not worth it. Yeah.
And you have a better outlook on life.
Yeah.
Idiots that drive and cut you off and everything, you're more calm. It's better than having a permit to carry a gun.
I agree.
Because a permit to carry a gun makes you feel like Superman, and you're usually going to get shot with it anyway.
I agree.
By your own gun. But with extensive martial arts training, as long as the teachers, like yourself,
100%.
are doing the mental part of it and getting that drilled into their heads, then it's going to be great. Because it also makes the physical easier.
Now, I couldn't agree more with you. Now, can I ask you like a pretty personal question?
Okay.
Have you ever been in a scenario like where, people, maybe it was a high pressure scenario, conflict, and it could be something mundane, right? Dispute over a bill, dispute over a grocery. Like maybe, as a black man in America, have you ever had that, what was that confidence like, knowing that, again, you had the ability to defend yourself, but now you've got this confidence to use that verbal judo, if you will, of what's that like?
What you do, or what I did in this situation, was I beat him up in my head real quick. Everything from the attack on down to it, and I was satisfied, and I just get away. Say, listen, it's not even worth it.
Right on.
And say, no. And this was in a Dunkin' Donuts, one of those little small places.
Right on.
And the guy, and I had my little girl with me, and this guy wanted to fight me. Yeah, we go outside, or we can do it right here. I'm like, it's not even worth it. I said, I got my daughter with me.
Sure.
Everything, I can't do this. But I had already beat him up in my head.
Sure.
And that's much better.
Absolutely.
Just to know what you can do, but you don't do it. That's just like our marriage. We have people always tell me, how do you guys stay married and so happy? Because I know what buttons to push on her. She knows what buttons to push on me, and we don't push them.
Absolutely.
And all I'm worried about is her happiness, and she's with my happiness. So when you have mental constraints, then the physical is no longer the thing that rules you.
Absolutely.
The whole thing of brains against brawn,
Right.
And it's just not worth it, man, especially in these days. Because
100%.
if you finish it you finish the confrontation, you're probably going to prison.
Yeah, I mean, it's
If you
for
don't
sure
finish-
legal action. Yes,
Right.
absolutely.
And if you don't finish it, then you might end up dead, not even seeing something coming.
Right.
It's best to take care of things, and you know how. I mean, just like close quarter blocks and locks.
Sure.
Okay? You know what you can do there, so you can stand in front of somebody. Somebody gets in your face, you know what they're going to do.
Absolutely.
So when you know that you can handle something, it's so much easier. And I really can't stress that enough. It's
Yeah.
so much easier to avoid the violence
Absolutely.
by using your brain. And
We-
that's what they taught.
Yeah, we've said that a lot. Like those who can fight and know they can, they tend to avoid for the exact because we get when we spar, we'll do I don't know, anywhere between 4 or 6 matches a night. So that's 20 matches a week. We don't need to do another one. You know,
Right.
we don't need to do
Right.
another one. So and that's why we're trying to get the word out because we really believe that the more people who actually train martial arts, they'd be at more peace. They would be less angry. I mean, like I know for myself, like when we were locked down, I couldn't train for a couple weeks. I was just on edge, man. You know,
Yeah.
I was on edge. I didn't like it. So
When you get out of it, but see what people forget about it, it's the second half of the arts. It's an art form.
100%.
And just like any art, if you practice it, if you cultivate it, if you share the art portion of it with other people,
Yep.
your life is going to be so much better, man.
For sure.
You know, people who know me, they just think that I'm silly crazy.
Yeah.
You know, just silly because I'm always smiling and always happy and everything. But that peace that you get from knowing what you can do and not doing it.
They don't know that you're bust you up crazy, right? Yeah, that's
They
right.
don't know that.
So, Reggie, I really
Because-
appreciate your time, brother.
Hey,